everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? And annyeonghaseyo to all my K-pop peeps out there. Let me introduce myself. My name is Denise, and you are listening and or watching my weekly podcast. It's called That K-Pop Talk, where every week I bring you the news and reviews of the latest and greatest in Korean popular music. What I would love for you guys to do is click like and most importantly, subscribe and or follow my podcast channel. And if you would love to help support this channel, there is a link in the description box that you can click on for that as well. Okay, you guys, K-pop news is coming up next. You do not want to go anywhere. Woo, we have got to talk, child. K-pop news is coming up next. Welcome back to That K-Pop Talk. It is time to get into some K-pop news, but before we talk about the foolery story I'm about to bring you, I just want to say congratulations to TXT. They are the first group to be ambassador to Dior Fashion House. So congratulations, much deserved. I mean, wow, they go to Lollapalooza headline, become the first group to headline Lollapalooza, to come home to the news that they are the fashion house for Dior's first group ambassador. Wow, that's amazing. I know they're walking on cloud 9 right now, so congratulations. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about some foolery, 50-50. For those of you who have been under a rock, I'm going to recap real quick on what's going on, okay? Okay, so these 4 girls have a group called 50-50. They but they have the song that come out in February, right? That comes out in February. It's called Cupid. Now, I remember, talking about that song when it debuted. Personally, I did not think it was going to go anywhere, but guess what? It took off. It took off so much that it starts breaking records. It's #1 all over the world. Now this group is on the come up. They're going to be in the new Barbie movie, and then the brakes go down on this group. Out of nowhere, we see talks about lawsuits, and the girls are trying to sue their manager, and then this third-party production company is trying to take over the girls, and then they trademark their names behind the manager's back, and the manager's called ATTRACK, by the way. Then ATTRACK says, I've done nothing but, try to go out my way to make sure these girls have everything that they need. And then people are vouching for the manager, saying, yes, he put up his house, he put up his car. These girls are living in Gangnam, right? In a 2-bedroom apartment or condo that most trainees didn't even get. And let alone they haven't been out as long as New Jeans has. And all of a sudden they're already in Gangnam. So they got backlash for that. So I'm just bringing you up to par on all the stuff that's been said, he say, she say stuff, right? Like I said, foolishness. But to bring you up to par or up to speed, so they have finally started going to court a couple months ago. Their court proceedings has started, and it doesn't look too good for the girls right now. But here's the thing: I'm trying to figure out who is talking for these girls. Is it what's the name of that company that's claiming that they're taking over, for the girls? I forgot their name, but it's foolishness, child. Let me tell you, because what's happening right now is there has been reports that the girls have released a statement, right? I'm going to read you said statement because it don't make an ounce of sense to me. Trust me. Let me pull it up here real quick, and I'm going to tell you what they said. Because I was just like, they didn't answer the question to me. But maybe, to you guys, they did answer the question. So this is what supposedly these girls said. Misunderstandings and accusations have been snowballing. We were deeply shocked by this and have been going through a tough time. Nevertheless, we believe there is a truth that needs to be uncovered despite these difficulties, the group wrote in a letter. That's what the article says. And I know the article is not fabricated because several articles have this exact same verbiage from the letter. Then they said, we first wanted to take this opportunity to right the wrongs that have been forced in our relationship with the agency, and to protect our music, we had no other choice, they said. We had hoped that the truth would be uncovered during the trial process and or right would be guaranteed. This is something we hope for even to this day. Here's the thing. Who wrote this? Because as you guys would know or should know, PR a lot of times write for the artists. The artists are not sitting down saying, oh, let me write this letter. Let me give it to my PR, then my PR can post it. No, even if they wrote their own letter, guarantee you PR is combing through it right now to make sure that you guys, me and you both, will be able to read what they want us to see, right? I don't think they wrote this. That's just me. Who am I? But that's just me. I'm thinking that PR still wrote this. We still have not heard from these girls. Until we see them on TV, until their mouths move, right? I don't believe anything that's going on. And I'm just going to tell you, this does not sound right. Now, you remember before this, they had another production team that used to work with them or had worked with them in the past, said that, you know, they're going to come forward and they're going to release more information about what's going on. To me, they still have not uncovered why they're doing this. They're saying misunderstanding and miscommunications of what? You know what I'm saying? You're saying misunderstandings and miscommunications. No, the exact verbiage is misunderstandings and accusations have been snowballing. First of all, it really has been snowballing. We're talking about the same things we talked about back in April, right? We're talking about is this the manager is not doing what he's supposed to do. You know, there's fraud going on, that he's not allowing for them to get proper nourishment and proper rest, which is furthest from the truth, because when that one girl from the group got hurt from 50/50, he immediately suspended all activities. So I really don't know what's going on here, but I want to hear from the girls. That's all I got to say, because this new thing out saying that they finally released a statement, that they finally said what was happening, that wasn't the statement specifying what's happening. So again, when I say foolishness, it's foolishness, because I keep feeling like we're being roped into something that we know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Like every time we hear something, it just does not make sense. Like the kids say, make it make sense, because this ongoing story with 50/50 does not make sense to me. And that's all I got to say about that. Anywho, moving on. I hope they just get their act together and get so they can continue to make music, because right now everything's on standstill. But anyways, moving on. Let's talk about my girl Jennie, right? This girl is kicking butt, taking names. Let me tell you what Jennie from Blackpink is doing right now. She is making a lot of vendors very, very wealthy, right? Let's start off with Calvin Klein. Now, I know Jungkook was in an ad too. I know. We're going to get to him during the BTS segment, which is coming up. We're not talking about Jungkook right now, okay? We're going to talk about my girl Jennie from Blackpink. Okay, your girl's kicking butt, taking names right now. We're going to talk about two collabs that she did that totally took the internet by storm. One is the Calvin Klein ad. Oh my God. Jennie looks so good in this ad, you guys. And it's so in brand with who she is, because she's the edgier Blackpink, you know. She's the cool but edgy Blackpink. Her coming off with her in that the underwear ad was so classy, so tasteful, so on brand to be Jennie, right? And then she does the other clothing, like the blue jean jackets, the pants. I think she's going to do like a Jungkook, right? We'll get to him in a minute. You know, BTS segment coming up. But for her to gain the attention and notoriety she has, I look back at the numbers for Calvin Klein as to the viewership, like on Calvin Klein's site, whenever she's on or wherever Jungkook is on, compared to everybody else, they're leaving everybody else in the dust, like on viewership. And probably if you go back and see the analytics of it all, like whenever they promote Calvin Klein as opposed to the other celebrities, the numbers are probably going up. You remember last time Jungkook did something, the stock market went through the roof. So same thing with Jennie. I think she, has a major bearing on the stock market too. Maybe not as much as Jungkook, but it's there, right? So congratulations on that. And also she did, and this is the part that was tripping me out. She did a collab with Porsche, the automotive, car Porsche. And the girl wore some boots, some motorcycle boots, and this dress from Farfetch. And she was on top of the Porsche, and then she took some pictures to the side of the Porsche. Do you know that dress from Farfetch and those boots have sold out? I put it on my Instagram. I couldn't believe it. Like, you would have thought the car the car would have, the sales would increase on the car. Girl, nah. It is the boots and the dress. That is what sold out. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Porsche would end up selling more cars too as well as a result of her doing that ad. Because everything she does, it just sells like this. It skyrockets. It's amazing what happens with this product placement with these artists. Okay, so congratulations to Jennie for that. And by the way, if you guys want to know, the dress is a ERL graphic print dress from Farfetch. And then the boots are by a designer called XPD XP3. So the model is XPD, but it's by the brand XP3, and they're motorcycle boots. Okay, let's move on. I want to say a good what's up and happy anniversary to Big Bang, the OG group, 17 years old, everyone. They debuted on August 19th, 2006. The leader is G-Dragon, who they call the king of K-pop, and they're calling Big Bang the OG, king as a group of K-pop. So I just want to say, congratulations on making it 17 years. Now, we know not all the original members are there, but the members who need to be there, that are meant to be there, are there. So I just want to say, peace be with you guys, and may you be with us for many more years to come. I am looking so forward to G-Dragon and Taeyang's next project. And as we know, Daesiang, he is part of the company R&D. He's a soloist, but he did say that at any time he would love to do a project with G-Dragon and Taeyang, and bring Big Bang back together maybe one day on a project. So who knows, we may be hearing from them pretty soon. So keep our fingers crossed that they will come back and grace us with another project. Okay, moving on. Oh, G-Dragon had a birthday also this week. Did you guys know that his birthday is the day before Big Bang's anniversary? His birthday is August 18th. Big Bang's anniversary is August 19th. So I just want to say happy birthday to G-Dragon. He turned 35 years old. Okay, anywho, let's keep going, y'all. Okay, I just want to say good well wishes to 17's leader, S.Coup, and I just want to say well wishes and a speedy recovery. S.Coup, who is the leader, like I said, 17, he actually tore his ACL. Yeah, he tore his ACL. They say he was playing ball, and he fell the wrong way and he tore his ACL. He is going to need surgery. So that means an immediate, suspension of activities for him. And we are wishing him, like I said, the speediest of recovery time so he can get back to us and start doing his activities. I do know they are evaluating where he could be put on a limited activity schedule, because when you tell someone that they have a torn ACL, automatically in the back of their head is, I cannot walk on my knee, or my knee is messed up, because that's where the ACL is at, right? So I don't know what they're going to do about his activities. I know it's immediate that he won't be able to dance, anytime soon. So I don't know how they're going to work around that. We've seen it where some K-pop groups, they actually will sit in a chair like BTS, or they will you know, do something to include that member, but they just won't be dancing, right? So since he is the leader of 17, you know what I'm thinking? I wonder if Woozy gonna step in for S.Coup. You know what I'm saying? Because Woozy does a lot of stuff for the group as well. You know, Woozy is he does the producing and the songs and stuff. So I don't know. Woozy plays a good part. I think he may step up to the plate and help S.Coup out, you know, with everything. So, and then, you know, Hoshi is like the leader of the dancers of the group. So I think 17 would be okay. And I think, you know, S.Cou's going to be showered with so much love and support that you know, 17 will be okay. But we, like I said, we wish him a speedy recovery process. I know I keep saying that over and over again. I just know what he's going to go through with that torn ACL. So there's that. Okay, so, and another person who also is out of commission is NCT's Taeil. His name is Taeil. Taeil actually hurt himself in a motorcycle accident, and they said that he needs surgery on his thigh. So until that is actually taken care of, he has immediate suspension of his activities with the group of NCT. And speaking of NCT, this couldn't have come at a worse time because NCT is making a comeback. So NCT Nation is what they're calling it. See how I segued into the next story? But we do wish you well, Taeil. Speedy recovery, just like S.Coup. But let's segue into this next story, because speaking of NCT, NCT has this thing called NCT Nation where all the groups are getting together. So this is like the NCT. So you have Wavy V, you have Wavy, sorry. You have NCTU, NCT Dream, NCT 127, Dojae Jung, like NCT Dojae Jung. They're all coming together for this mini album called Golden Age. And let me give you some information on that. This is their fourth album, and it says that the album is going to be released on the 23rd. So this is where it gets sort of murky at. They said the album is released on the 23rd, right, at 6 p.m. But Baggy Jeans, I guess that must be one of their music videos from it. Baggy Jeans is going to be released on the 28th. Now, here's another thing that's sort of murky. They said that in America, the US release is September 29th. So is this August 28th is going to be released a whole month earlier than the American album release? That's what I'm confused on. So is it everywhere else but America? Because it says CA/US. So I'm sort of confused on that. Nevertheless, by September 29th, the whole album should be out. Like, we'll have access to it. So I guess that's what it means. But I'm sort of confused on that. But nevertheless, it's called NCT Nation, and they will be making their group comeback. So I'm excited for it. It's part of their NCT Connection, where they'll keep, you know, putting out hits, putting out songs and stuff. And sort of like once they do the NCT Nation, then I think NCT 127 is coming back, and then NCT Dream, then NCTU. Like, they just keep coming with different groups coming out, and they're connecting one with the other. And that's why it's called the NCT Connection. So I know that's a mouthful, but I just want you guys to know what that was. Okay, moving on. As for you guys, have you heard better things? Hello? That music video is the bomb. But we're going to talk about that in my last segment. But I just want to talk about their comeback itself. This is a mini digital single. It's called Better Things. Love it, you guys. They also have an OST, or original soundtrack, called We Go, to go with the Pokemon's new project that they released. And they're going to release it on August 23rd at 7 p.m. And the name of the new Pokemon project is called Pokemon Horizons, Lyco and Roy's Departure. You guys, Pokemon is still around. And you guys, this goes into what I was talking about, K-pop artists and brands. This is really becoming a thing. You remember I talked about, who was it? Oh yeah, I talked about, first of all, started off with Coca-Cola and New Jeans. And then ITZY did, I believe, Pepsi. And then New Jeans came back and did Powerpuff Girls. And then Hypen did One With Someone. And then I think it was Pokemon. Yeah, I think he did, Hypen did do a song with Pokemon. They did. And then now aespa's doing the OST for Pokemon's new project. So we're seeing more and more and more product placement or brand placement with these K-pop artists. And it's becoming a very lucrative partnership. So we're going to start seeing more and more and more of this. And so congratulations to aespa. Like I said, that mini digital song they came back with is amazing. Let's talk about Twice's Taeil, talking about comebacks. Her album Zone has dropped and it is so good. 6 tracks. I've heard of all 6 tracks. You guys will not be disappointed. I will talk about her music video in my last segment when I go over all the new music video releases, but she's doing very, very well. Interesting thing though, did you guys know that Taeil from Twice, her music video dropped at the exact same time as Better Things from aespa? Who do you think came out on top? I'll let you know in the last segment. Okay, let's keep going, you guys. Another comeback is, but congratulations, Taeil. Kim Woojin is coming back. And I kept thinking to myself, that name sounds so familiar, but I don't think I know him. I do know him, and here's why, you guys. He used to be a member of, oh God, what's the name of it? Stray Kids. How did I forget that? He left Stray Kids before I really got into K-pop in 2019. Like I said, I started listening to BTS in 2020. So when I really started getting into Stray Kids, it was actually last year that I really started getting into Stray Kids. And I really started getting to them actually when Five Class came out. 5 Star, sorry, when I say 5 Class, S Class was her first song. No, 5 Star, when 5 Star came out, this last album really took it to another level with me with Stray Kids. But I'm saying that as to say, I did not know this Woojin was one of the first members. And I remember when I was researching Stray Kids, I saw his name. So that's why when I heard his name again, I was like, who is this Woojin person? Because I don't know who he is. And here's where else I know this guy, right? Well, not personally, but I've heard his name. Woojin is in this HBO show. And the HBO show is called Beyond the Closet. That's where I heard his name. And I was like, oh, okay, now I remember. 360 Degrees, he was part of Stray Kids, and that's why I heard his name. The first time, second time is through this HBO show. So congratulations, because he does become the first South Korean to be part of a global project with HBO. So he did make history that way too. I know he's had his faults in the past. Well, not his faults, but in the past there was a scandal out about him claiming sexual harassment stuff. But that was cleared by the police when they did their investigation and found out a lot of those photos were Photoshop, actual photos, but it had nothing to do with Woojin. So I'm glad he got his name cleared. But now he is kicking butt, taking names, and he has a solo career. And like I said, he's on the show from HBO. So, hey, congratulations, Woojin. But he does have an album coming out. He's signed with 10X Entertainment, and his album is called, let's see, I'm trying to read my own writing now. Oh, The Moment Bounce. That's what it's called, The Moment Bounce. So that's going to be released on August 30th. at 6 p.m. So you guys be on the lookout for that if you guys are still Woojin, fans. Speaking of still fans, do you guys remember Trainee A? They were making waves like Baby Monster's making waves now, and Rise is making waves now. They were one of those groups that were so well known and they had yet to debut. They're what I call a pre-debut group, right? And there was a guy, because people were wondering whatever happened to the members. There was a guy named Leo. And I just remember this part where he goes, shh. And in this mock shift video that the group made up. And that's all I remember. He goes, shh, right? And I was like, who is that kid? That kid was Leo, because I saw so many qualities in his face that just said star, right? Okay, so fast forward, I'm scrolling through YouTube, and who do I see? I see Leo from Trainee A. He has a song coming out. I saw two teasers, and I said, this song is actually going to be pretty good, right? I'm getting giddy about it because I love his music. I love his voice. I hate that he left Trainee A when he did, but I get it. Mental health comes first. But I was disappointed when they said he was supposed to release a song. It's called One Look, by the way. Phenomenal song. But they did not put out a music video for him. It was only audio. Crushed me. I'm just like, what? This is the same label, you guys, as BI. When BI left Icon, when he left them, he went to 131 Entertainment. And no video. You guys, I just want to let you guys know what was going on with him, with Leo. I just think that he could be with a better company. That's why I mentioned him. Because as we all know, another guy from Trainee A actually ended up being one of, it was, I'm about to say Jungkook backup dancers. No, not John. Yeah, he was Jungkook's backup dancers. He wasn't one of the dancers for the American promotions, but when it came to the South Korean promotions, it was him. I remember that now, because I was about to say August D. No, but it was Jungkook doing his South Korean promotions. The other guy from Trainee A, I forgot his name, but he was one of the, the dancers for Jungkook. So at least we know what two of Trainee A former members are doing. But anywho, that completes our K-pop news segment. Coming up is BTS news. You don't want to go anywhere. We have a lot to talk about, okay? BTS news is next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk. It is time for BTS news. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm not going to rehash what happened to RM this week, but you guys are aware of the controversy. And here's where I stand on that. You cannot fault someone for something that they did not know. In my heart of hearts, I really believe RM's character is one that just did not know. And when he was listening to the song, that it was offensive to Muslims. And in my heart of hearts, I really believe that Frank Ocean did not know that being poetically sound as he is, that by writing that verse, it would be offensive to Muslims, like I did not know until today. And I am a 52-year-old Black woman that lives in Los Angeles. I did not know that saying the Quran in public would be offensive to Muslims. Let this be a learning and teaching tool for all of us here today, that now we all know, so we can begin to heal and move on, okay? I think it's fair to ask that, if you don't know something, to ask questions. That way we can get the answers and not just assume that people know what you know, because sometimes they don't. You'll be amazed how many people don't know what you know. We could all educate each other here and heal, okay? So anywho, let's heal, let's move on, and let's be positive and go on talking about the rest of BTS. All right, we in this together, y'all. Let's move on. Okay, in other RM news, now that we got that out the way, Did you guys see that commercial with Samsung and RM? That is one of the most coolest commercials. And I'm talking about coolest, talking about calm. Like, it's so earthy, so calm, so down to earth. I love the rain in that new Samsung Z Flip 5 phone commercial. I do have a question. Okay. So we guys know that you guys know that it was Jimin, RM, Sugar, because he was the first one to ever get the phone, and J-Hope. They did the Samsung commercial, but the other three never did the Samsung commercial. So you got V, Jungkook, and Jin. Do you think they didn't renew their contracts? Interesting, isn't it? Because someone argued in the Army chat room, someone had argued that Jin didn't do it because he was in the military, but you can't say that because J-Hope did it and he's in the military. So I don't know. What do you guys think? That may be a question I'm gonna put on my my podcast. Like, do you guys think that they renew their contracts or not? I think I'm gonna ask that question to see what you guys think. But I just peeked that out. And also, you guys, speaking of RM, you know he's working on new music. Did you guys see him in the latest story with him practicing his hip hop? What do y'all think? You remember he said before he did the Jungkook 7-day challenge, he was gonna get back in and learn hip hop again because he was sort of rusty. So do you guys think he's gonna do the challenge? And do you think his album is coming up? I think his album is coming, but I don't think it's coming anytime soon. I think he's still working on stuff. But I am curious if he's gearing up to do that challenge with Jungkook on the 7 days. So that remains to be seen. Okay, let's move on, y'all. Okay, let's talk about Jungkook. This boy, the new Calvin Klein ad. I told y'all we was going to talk about because we talked about Jennie's earlier. But let me tell you about your boy, Jungkook. First of all, he is so much into him. Not in a bad way, but he's just so much into just being himself that we see that personality come out every time he does one of these Calvin Klein ads. I think he feels very free when he does it because he is becoming even more playful in this ad than he did the last ad. And by the way, does the scenery of that last ad that he did, this ad that he just did, does the scenery ring any bells to you? Well, go back and look at the Rihanna's Fenty's fashion show. I think it was volume 3. Same background. Those stairs going up and up and up. Same background. Same show. You guys look at it. Same. Okay. Anyways, so he, this time, you know, he's not really wearing anything. Like he's showing more of his chest. He has his little tie, the clothes. He's really moving freer in this ad. So I really think that after he did 7, actually doing that solo single really empowered him to just be free. Because I do notice a difference between the second Calvin Klein ad and the first one. Same way with Jennie, you know, from Blackpink. I noticed that in that second ad, it's just something empowering to both of them. I see in both of them that just says, hey, this is me. And that's what I want to see. That's what we want to see, them being really themselves. So that's what I saw in Jungkook. He was just himself, you know, and I really, really appreciate the vulnerability of what he showed. Okay, but let me tell y'all what he did. Jungkook dethroned his own group. You heard me right. Jungkook dethroned BTS as having the most monthly listeners on Spotify. Not by that much though, only by 200,000. So Jungkook, I'll do BTS first. So BTS had 35.100 million. No. Let me back that up. 35.1 million. So 35,100,000, and then it keeps going, right? Okay. Jungkook has 35.4 million. So 35,400,000 some thousand, and number keeps going. So actually he dethroned his own group by 300 plus thousand subscribers or monthly listeners. Isn't that something? Like, well, at least he broke it against his own people. You know what I'm saying? I know that doesn't sound right, does it? But you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure BTS couldn't be happier. It was one of their own that broke their own record. Does that make sense? Okay, let's move on from that before I confuse you. Okay, and 7 is still on the Billboard chart. 7 is not going anywhere. People are still listening to it like they listened to it when it first came out. That song really is a summer song, so to speak. Just like they predicted. By the way, you guys, speaking of Jungkook, did you guys see where someone was trying to impersonate him on TikTok? It was interesting because once he did it by accident. He showed us his TikTok handle, and then the universe went crazy, and now he has 10 million followers or something like that on, or close to it, on his TikTok with only one post, right? Anyways, Jungkook was under Let Jungkook 97. That was his handle, which I thought was so cute. But because someone took advantage of that and tried to act like they were Jungkook, Big Hit Music had to put out this whole announcement talking about, you know, if anyone, you know, it's not meant for anyone to impersonate online or offline any of the artists under Big Hit Music. They're not going to tolerate it, and you know, they will, you know, find out who it is, and they will take appropriate and necessary measures against that person, right? So they put out that statement, and that was in lieu of what happened with Jungkook, because now he had to change his handle from Let Jungkook 97 to just Jungkook, which, you know, I appreciate, but now he has to get verified. I think he is verified now, but he just, you know, yeah, I think he is verified now on TikTok, and that was a long time coming, you guys, and that's probably why a lot of people were able to act like they were him, because he wasn't verified yet. But now that he's verified, that means anybody else try to act like Jungkook, they could seek legal action against that person. So that's good. I forgot he is verified now. Okay, so by the way, you guys, it's been 2 weeks since your boy been on Weverse. That's a long time Jungkook has not been on Weverse, you guys. What's up? Why do you think he's not on Weverse? You guys know he is always on that Weverse. Anyways, let's move on, y'all. Let's do Jimin now, right? Oh my God. Jimin did the ETA challenge with Hani and Danielle from New Jeans, and it was so cute. You guys, Jimin, he's just been chilling. You could tell by the way he dancing. He chilling. He like, you know, this is cute. I'm gonna come out here and do this challenge with him. And he did look cute. Now, you remember they did his challenge when he came out with Like Crazy. It wasn't Hani, it was Heron that time. It was Heron and Danielle did the Like Crazy challenge. So he returned the favor, and I appreciate him doing it, because, hey, it made us feel joyful when we watched that challenge. So thank you for, you know, doing the challenge with Hani and Danielle, Jimin. Okay, you guys, let's talk about J-Hope and Jin and their military service. Now, as you guys know, they did come home. They surprised us all to see Suga's last concert. They have really been taking good care of themselves, right? They no longer look like teenagers. They look like full-grown men now. They really have bulked up, but in a good way. I really like what they've become now. Now, J-Hope, in J-Hope fashion, took a whole bunch of pictures, and he put it on his Instagram in his story. And they are just some very, very insightful pictures of him in his military outfit, his backpack. Like, J-Hope is like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be stylish and do this too, right? Did you guys know that in one of those pictures, those yellow boots, V wore in another photo? I don't know if you guys peeped that out, but I'm like, V wore those boots. Okay, anyways. So that's J-Hope. And then Jin, again, here's someone else who just bulked up and just, he looks good. Both of them look very, very, very good. So I can't wait until they get out. That's what, June of next year that Jin will be out first, followed by J-Hope. So, but that wraps it up for BTS news. Like I said, they keep us with content all the time. And they slowed down for a minute in June. So now they pick back up, and I'm here for all their content. Well, there you have it for BTS news for the week, you guys. You don't want to miss what's coming up next. I'm going to be going over all the music videos that have been released. Don't go anywhere. My last segment of that K-pop talk is coming up next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk. These are the music video releases of the week that caught my eye, okay? So we're going to talk about first Twice's Taeil. She just released her first album called Zone. This is her first debut music video called Killing Me Good, and that she's doing a phenomenal job. I loved everything about this video. I think her teasers leading up to this video was very spot on. Sometimes when people do teasers, it sounds nothing like their video, and this one did. I can see and hear the teaser in this video, and it was everything I expected it to be and more. So thank you so much, Taeil, for your first solo music video being so good. I'm so proud of her, and so are her co-workers, because the rest of Twice's members, they put her on their Instagram. They're showing nothing but love and support for her. And it's so good seeing other people in her own camp rooting for her. So congratulations. I think right now it's like 6.5 million. And it was released just a day or so ago. So congratulations, Taeil. Okay, at the same time, there was another video that I just talked about earlier that was also released on the same time, same day. And that was aespa. The name of the music video is called Better Things, and you guys already at 25 million. Very sort of island type undertone to the music and the dance, and women empowerment, saying aespa bad girls, not bad girls, aespa, the girls gonna get money, something to that point. And big things get money. So it's aespa, big things get money, talking about find me at the concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be at the concert making my dough, making my money. I don't need you. I'm on to better things, And it's so empowering to have that in their music and seeing them in that light, how they're smelling big things, make money. They're smiling in your face and saying, look, you do you, let me do me, and I'll be happy because I have better things to do. So that's, what I'm getting out of that video. But I really do like it. And I will say this, when they first came out, when Killing Me came out and Better Things came out, Taeil, I thought she was going to have more views than Better Things, because at first she had like 1 million something followers, not followers, 1 million something views in 3 hours, whereas Better Things only had like 600 and something thousand, right? So I was like, oh, well, maybe, Better Things is not going to take off like I thought. But I stand to be corrected, because like I said, right now they have 25 million, and it's only been 1 day. aespa has been kicking butt, taking names. I've been telling people, that they are a group to watch. So you guys, aespa, and congratulations on your north leg of your American tour. They are right here in North America on their tour, and I think right now they're in Dallas. So, congratulations on the girls for that. Okay, so another music video that came out was STAYC. Now, I really don't know too much about this group, but I do remember a couple months back, or a few months back, I did a music video from them, and it was very, original. I call it the original K-pop, the high notes, the dancing mostly with the upper body, but walking movements, It's the same way for this one. They have a new song out. It's called Bubble. It's an upbeat song. I feel it would be made for like a dramedy or a rom-com, romantic comedy, or maybe even like a teenage musical, something on the lines of I don't know, something along the lines of like Wildcats, you know, the High School Musical, like in there. That song would fit in something like that. So, you know, it's in with their brand. So, you know, STAYC, I think they did a phenomenal job with Bubble. So if you guys want to see any of those music videos, you guys already know the ones who used to watch my YouTube all the time. It will be in the description box in my YouTube. So you guys can go straight to those music videos. Now, here's one that I am going to talk about. And that is, he does not have a music video, but I have to talk about him. And that is your boy Leo from Trainee A. This song, you guys, is so good. And I encourage you guys to listen to it. I'm going to put his link of his YouTube for the audio version in my description box, because I feel that, you know, he just needs a music video, y'all. And we could all say, hey, where's the music video at? Maybe 131 Entertainment will come up and produce a music video for him for that. Well, you guys, that wraps up that K-pop talk. I hope that you had a good time listening to my voice for the past hour or so. Okay, you guys, you already know what it's about. It's about that K-pop talk. I will see you guys here next week so we could talk some more, child. See you later. Bye.